Hello. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back to my channel. I am Damon Johnson, aka Naomi Winters. Yes, Naomi Winters. Naomi Winters with a Y. Just like you read it on the page, and I come to you with love, light, and healing energy, transmuting any and all negativity, blinding any and all evil eye, taking that transmuted energy and using it to fuel our prosperity, fertilize our abundance, and fortify our safe space. Where if you fuck around, the spirit team will expeditiously help you find the fuck out. And when I say the spirit team, that means those external forces, the angels, God, the demons, whatever else is out there protecting your energy, protecting you, protecting your lifeline, and guiding you. That team um, is protecting you. So whoever you pray to, manifest to, give thanks to, whatever, whatever you do, whoever your God is, whoever your spirit team are, etc. Your deities, the deities that look over you. That's the word we're looking for, and I say that in retrospect because there's a lot of moving forward that happens, a lot of people that are growing, a lot of people that are losing things. And it's just a reminder that you're not entitled to a person's time. Nobody has to take any bullying from you. No one has to take any poor behavior. And it's like we're in a time where you can live somewhere and people are like, well, you haven't done anything for this community in 3 years. But maybe in the last almost 20 years, I've done a lot for the community that the community hasn't poured back into me. So why do I have to do something? It's like volunteering or being involved in public or service roles is like it's almost like a battery. Like people will drain you and suck everything out of you until you say no, or you say this is my reserve, and then they get mad because you won't give them access, you won't jump through the loops, and you won't do the things that they once deemed acceptable because they didn't know their worth or their value. So it's whereas you were doing something by yourself, and now it's taking 12, 13 people coming together to try to do something to overcome you, and they still can't do it. So as you go forward in your journey, you have your ups, your downs. If you feel there's an apology you don't want to accept, you don't have to accept that apology. You can take that apology, you can marinate on it. I think I just touched on this yesterday. But moving forward, remember to protect yourself, to grow, to allow yourself. Some of you could be sacrilegious. Is that the right word? That's not the right word. Atheist is a better word that I'm looking for. Some of you could be atheists. You cannot believe in gods and whatnot, and that's fine. And you could believe in evolution, etc., which is a part of life and part of how we grow. But spirituality is too. Like I said, I'm spiritual, not religious. And as I go into this, I want you to know that you can accept things that help you to align. You don't have to accept apologies. You don't have to have somebody back in your life. If you've already spent many times pouring into something and you never saw the rewards or saw people come back to you, it's no need to be bitter about that. If they didn't come back to you when you were in your time of need, it's no need to continue pouring into that. But you can find those things, people, places, situations that are worth your time, that have that equal give and take, that are able to pour back into you some. And just because people have friends doesn't mean shit. I've learned something in life. A lot of people like to be around a quantitative number. But over here, it's quality over quantity all day long. I'm going to deal with quality over quantity. If it takes 10 of you to come together, to hang out, to have a good time, but there's a bunch of drama and toxicity, but I can have a better time with no drama and no toxicity, or minimum hanging out with 3 or 5 people, and they can still accomplish everything you all could collectively, and can work off of each other's ideas and grow. Those are the people that I like to be surrounded by. I like to be surrounded by people that don't have hidden intentions, hidden deceit, manipulations, rolled up into their actions, people that didn't go and get an opinion from other people and let that drive be the driving force behind some fake hate campaign they don't know anything about. It's like people get told a story. It's like somebody sits over here and does a person dirty. But all these other people around don't know this other person, and they don't know the person. They don't know the person that got did dirty. So the person that got did dirty, um, is just like minding their business. I'm over here, I'm minding my business. I don't know what's going on. Meanwhile, you and your friends are over here, and you're out and about and blah blah blah. And you see me online, and you're trying to find stuff out. Well, this person is now mad because now the people they're around are attracted to you, but not them. So now they're creating lies and fake situations and actually taking things that they've done to you and trying to flip it to be victimized as though you've done these things to them. And it's like these people come forward and they interact with you and then they feel bad. And it's like they feel bad, they don't have regrets for what they did, but they feel bad and they feel the remorse and they feel the pain. And it pains them when they interact and look at you. So they start avoiding you because they did you wrong and they don't have the emotional intelligence, the maturity, or the ability to show up and be accountable for themselves and for their actions. It's usually people that are or spoiled. I don't want to say mama's boys, but I usually have experienced that from them. I usually experienced. It's usually the girls that feel like hyper independent girls, girlies. Hyper independent guys are a different story, but hyper independent girls are crazy. And it's I understand there's trauma because I can be hyper independent myself. But I understand there's trauma in like people not showing up for you and people not being there and or letting you down or things not. But when you start trying to take that and trying to manipulate and control other people's lives, that doesn't work. Just like these group of people over here lying and flipping the script. So you can't, and you sit here and you wonder why you're going through this karma and like all these things are happening. Nobody's sitting, because surely me and my collective are not sitting over here. I don't give two fucks. Like I do this read, I get off of here, I go do whatever else I need to do. I sit in my guitar lesson, I sit and strum the guitar a little bit longer after my lesson. I sit and I write for a while, whether from my phone to the notepad to going outside and writing. I take my iPad and I go outside and sketch. Been pulling out my camera more lately. I have so many more other things that I'm passionate about and that I would rather do than sit around worrying about somebody that I'm more than likely have cut out of my life and don't want to see again. Like I'm very much in that era, like, and I've been there, and I posted it before. People liked it and laughed and said ha ha ha. And it's literally a picture of me in a pageant holding a giant pair of scissors, and it says you literally can't cut people out of your life and act like they never existed. Yes, I can. I don't have to take your trauma. I don't have to take your fake apologies. I don't have to take any of your bullshit. I can process it and decide how I want to react. Just like how a lot of you do things and attack people and throw bricks and try to hide your hands, etc., etc., you get what you put out. So that karma comes right back around to you. I don't give a fuck. So like your karma's going back to you. Like very much. I've said it before. I'm rubber and you're glue. So whatever you're throwing, you're sitting over there projecting negativity through your words, through things that you write, through eye rolling. You're sitting over here sending black magic and you're down in free time. And you know, like all that negative bullshit you sent out with this full moon, all that karma's went back to you. At least the last 16 years. So wherever you are with throwing stuff and you're like, how's this person still alive? How they're still... First of all, You don't have any control over that. And if you try to destiny swap or manipulate in somebody's life, then it's always going to come back to you. And I keep watching people say, oh, it just came out of nowhere. You know why it came out of nowhere? Because you were doing that fuck shit that you were doing. And that's what happened. And that's me keeping it real for you guys for a moment for today. So I already talked for 10 minutes and I didn't intend to do that. But let's get into this read because I didn't mean to get very preachy with the channel message. And I haven't had one in a while. The song that was stuck in my head and has been, I don't want to say stuck, but the song that's like downloaded and that's been on replay, Protector and Bodyguard from the Cowboy Carter album. They like, and I've been listening to a lot. Also, AC/DC Thunderstruck, that is relevant for whatever reason. Thunder, lightning, lightning storms. Back the song Back in Black and Oasis Wonderwall. So those songs are songs you guys maybe need to listen to, look at, give a deep listen to, and step out of your zone and embody what the words are saying. Listen to what the words are saying. For those of you that are streaming my music on Apple Music 1111, as I say this, on the S app, on YouTube Music, on Tidal, on Instagram, on Facebook, anywhere you're streaming the music, I thank you and I appreciate you. It's very heartwarming and welcoming to put different aspects of projects out and see a YouTube audience reaches better here, or Apple Music is doing better balance over here, or these sounds work better on Spotify. It's very productive to me, and it's allowing me to see, just see like if what I'm doing is working, and it seems to be working. I'm not, my goal isn't to copy any other artist. My goal is to be authentically me and to be original, and for you to accept that originality. I thank you. For those of you that listen to my music beyond those 3 singles, I have 7 more songs, or 7 songs total. So if you're only listening to those first 3, which was released it was the first song that I did, and then a year later the other 2 songs came out, or 2 years later, no, a year later. You're doing your. It's not even about me, because I don't need your validation. I'm going to continue making art. If you look at these videos, I continue to show up. Go back over the last 2 years, the last 3 years. I continue to show up and do what I need to do. So I'm going to continue to be there for myself, pour into myself, and invest into myself. So whether you or anyone else that's out there, you turn your nose at, how do you keep doing that? No. I pour into myself. I give myself love. I take the time to educate myself on things that I want to know and or learn. I'm not sitting around waiting for someone to come on and, I'm the expert and I can help. No thanks. Because I'm an expert in several things and you still turn your nose up at me. So why would I pour into you? What did I just read? What have you done for me lately, in the words of Janet Jackson? So I present to you, because a lot of you have it backwards. It's like, oh, well, I'm doing this, so you need to come support it. I don't know you, but you want me to come pour in my years of expertise to support you. Why don't you come get to know me and see if I'm someone that is actually compatible to be in your, rather than like taking something at face value or listening to somebody that's not even a Florida State native. Somebody that just came here. My whole life has been in this state. Minus 2.5, 3 years that I went to Kentucky to detox from where I was, to detox from a city that did nothing but drink and party. So embrace that when you enter people's lives and feel like they should owe you something, or do something to you, or do something for you, or give you their time, or they have to accept your apology, or they have to refriend you. Nobody has to refriend you. Nobody has to reacquaintance you. On auntie, on uncle, on sister, on brother, on mother. I am not dealing with anybody's unhealed trauma, bullshit, or fuckery. I don't care how good the sex is. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what you think your potential is. I don't want potential anymore. I don't want what you have. I'm going to get my own. I'm going to grow in my own senses. I am going to evolve. So you can either Partner, stand beside and be supportive, or stand back and get out of the way, because it's going to happen, as you all see. I am a driven individual and I continue to be driven, and I will continue to spread kindness and motivate those around me. Okay, let's get into this read. So, today's energy card pull is the Bees card. We love the bees. Come on, beehive. So it's ruled by number 40 in numerology. 4 and 0 make the number 4. Keywords for this card are sweetness, cooperation, hard work, focus, dedication, sweet results, and duty. So let's keep this under 10 minutes. Astrology is ruling this card is Virgo. Timing is August to September, so it'll be coming up. So there's some rewards coming into you, the life of luxury that you've been harvesting, that's coming into you during the timing of August to September. Blah, blah, blah. All that I'm on my... Judgment on the bottom of the deck is a cut. Yeah, and this is, you could have been in a period of rest or relaxation, and judgment is coming in for you. Let's see here. Oh, judgment, fruits of your labor. Yep. Cut here, shovel and cut, fruits of your labor, luxury, rewards. Uh-oh. Come on, cards. Talk to me. What do we need to know? Cards don't want to talk today. They only want to do that a little bit. There we go. I saw justice popping out there. All right, Spirit, talk to me. The moon. Okay, so there's some kind of illusion here. The moon. There's an illusion on a competition, or a mystery on a competition, some anxiety around a competition, illusion around a disagreement, illusion around somebody being territorial, having a clashing ego. Opportunities. There's an illusion around this. Somebody's being territorial because they want you. It's like they want your opportunities. They want your dreams. They want your wishful thinking. They want to. It's like they want to be rewarded for the choices that you've made. Yeah, it's like they want everything that's yours, or it's like this person is pretending they have all these opportunities and all this luxury and these rewards, but they're really in a place of financial loss, or this person is in a place of financial loss and they're creating this illusion like they got all their shit together, or like they're getting something, but it's actually you're the person that's getting the opportunity, the rewards, and this luxury, and they're experiencing financial loss. They're going to watch you, like they're going to be trying to save or work on getting out of frugality, and they're going to be experiencing financial loss. Page of Wands. Yeah, it's like they tried to steal your ideas, like you're in. They were like, oh well, you got the extra energy, so we'll take it, and it doesn't work that way. Yeah, so they're in a place of meditation and they're forced to sit down and reevaluate their actions. They felt like, oh, you're just giving and giving. No, nobody's just giving. You literally are seeing me work towards something. Yeah. They're being forced to sit down. They're going to watch you receive this wheel of fortune. They're getting nothing. They're going to see you get this unified love that they were trying to slow down and throw errors. It's like they thought that by preventing you from making money, that was going to stop you from finding or having love. They also thought that by meddling in your business, that was going to slow you down from doing something. But that's not the case. It's like whatever they were trying to prevent you from doing, they only got a piece of the puzzle, and that one piece of the puzzle still didn't matter, because that piece of the puzzle they got couldn't be done without the rest of the pieces of the puzzle that you have. It's like you sent out a decoy or some bait, they fell for the bait, and then they couldn't move forward because the rest of the things they needed were never provided to them. And then when they got into the details of it, there was nothing that they actually could add to it to improve it or give you anything constructive. So then they became upset and just decided they wanted to take it. And it didn't work that way for them at all. They're watching you get this love that they tried to take from you. They're watching you close this cycle. They're watching you get attainment. They're watching you attain these things. They're watching you celebrate life. They're watching you live your life and enjoy your life to the fullest. They're being forced into getting a new perspective. They're being forced to let go. They're being forced to move on from this whatever competitive energy that they created, And then it's like, okay, well, you wanted it, so we're gonna leave you here. So you're being left in there. Yeah, like everybody's distraught here. King of Cups flying out with the lovers here. Somebody, like, it's right on the ground. Like, people are upset because you're emotionally imbalanced in this King of Cups energy and this lover's coming in, or this lover's here. Yeah. This King of Cups or this lover's here, this emotionally, whatever this relationship is that you have with this King of Cups, was a competition. There was egos clashing, people being territorial, petty over this person, petty over your rewards in your life of luxury, and being territorial. This has anything to do with them. Once again, this is one of those things where people watch you do everything. They didn't lift a finger. They rolled their eyes. They couldn't be bothered to help. They couldn't be bothered to extend a hand. They created issues, and they still are sitting back through competing, through undercutting you, through trying to sneak around and you backdoor you on services and opportunities that they fucked themselves over and they fell into the traps that they set for you. So this competitive energy belonged to them. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. And it turns out they're competing with you and fucked around and got inspired by you. And now they're miserable because they absolutely hate you, but they can't make a move without getting inspiration from you. They have to watch what you do so they know how to move and how to elevate and grow themselves. Ain't that about a bitch? You're over here trying to live your life, and this person is a hater and hating and creating issues, and turns out the whole time you inspire them. And because they don't know how to communicate that, you inspire them to you after all that they've done to you. They don't know how to be accountable. They don't know how to apologize. They have to sit quietly in the dark, in the corner, and be upset. They can't support you publicly. They can't like nothing. They can't come in on anything because they sat around in the room with the people that actually hate you and they talk shit with them. And as soon as they support you, as soon as they like you, their whole facade, their whole everything falls apart. So whatever jobs they've been getting, whatever friend group they feel like they've been in, they've been faking it. They've been pretending to be part of this group just to have a job, just to have a gig, just to show up. The whole time they're miserable and their mask is falling. It is falling. Yeah, see, they're in a place of that meditation, that apathy card here, that Four of Cups. They're sitting here thinking, was it really worth it? This person inspires me so much. Was it really worth being disconnected? Was it really worth losing them? Was it really worth being in this place of boredom just to try and take their good luck, try and take their karma, try and interfere with their love life? No, these people know it wasn't. Yeah. So now, and they see that you on the drop of a dime. Anything like me, you're constantly doing something. You constantly have energy. Side note: did you know if you take your pent up sex energy rather than going and having sex, but putting it into something creative, writing, music, reading, dance? Do you know that is some of the best creative energy you can use? And it's misused and just given away so often that you can use that energy in so many ways to manifest and help manifest for you. I'm not talking about having sex and doing sex magic. I'm talking about taking the energy from when you get in the mood to have sex or want to have sex, instead of going to have sex, taking that energy and pouring it into something. Sit and make some pottery. Pull your guitar out and start playing, practicing strumming, singing. A lot of you are like, that's bullshit. It doesn't. I speak from my experience. I speak from things that I've lived. I speak from things that I've done to keep myself stable. A lot of you show up and I know you like roll your eyes and you're disdain with any tarot reader, any spiritual person, because you all think that we're doing black magic or sitting around doing magic and all these unprecedented and gregarious things. But Most of us are sitting around petting our dog or our cat, writing a book, drawing a cartoon, painting. That energy in isolation, that sex energy that's pent up, we're using that to fuel our passion. That draining moment of feeling lonely or sad, we're pouring that into our passion. Passions, if you're a multi-passionate person like me, um, the excitement of doing something new, we're pouring that into our art. We're taking the energy, and it's not necessarily we're getting rid of it, we're investing it back in ourselves. We're learning to pour that self-love into ourselves. We're learning to sit in the emotions of sadness, of distraught, of pain, of grief, of burden, of sickness or sadness, and we're taking those emotions and we're transmuting them into something much more beautiful, or much more sound, or we're taking that chaos and embodying all of that chaos into something that it's harnessed and focused, and then we put it out so others can experience that, and then they can pull in and enjoy some of that energy, or they understand how to control their own energy more, through the whether it's through the words, or how you tell the story, how you pace yourself in relaying this information, the music to complement, the visuals. There's so many different ways that like we pull all of these emotions and bring them to light for other people to receive and interpret. And that is why art is subjective, because how you interpret an emotion and how you process that emotion, the base guidelines, the factory settings, the baseline product, the bare bone minimum, we all have that. So when we encompass that into everything else we're feeling, no matter what our story is, no matter how erratic or chaotic it is, you understand that emotion. The financial classes go away, the hardships go away when it comes to listening to music. You're listening to that person's story through their life, and that's something that I hope to do through these messages, through music, is to bring that into you, to give you these places to connect with your lives. Everything isn't going to resonate with you, and everything isn't going to resonate right away, but you have felt the feelings, you've experienced the emotions before. You know what it feels like to have something trigger something in you that says, oh my God, that's so nostalgic. Or, I understand that pain. I didn't handle it that way, and it's crazy. Or, wow, that person really went through a lot and handled this that way. That doesn't make you jealous. That doesn't make you weak. That's self realization. That's part of self love. Being accountable to know that, damn, man, this person went through the same thing, but I didn't have any help. And I got through it, but this person has help and finances and supporters, and they're not getting through it. And it's like the math isn't adding. So the math isn't adding up. So what is this other person that has all the resources doing that's not, So that's why I'm here, is, to provide that extra resource, that extra place, that extra bit for you, that extra bit of knowledge, that so these people aren't necessarily just taking from you. But it doesn't matter, because I was going on in that you're moving on, you're transitioning, you're leaving this baggage behind, you're going to calmer waters. Whatever this relationship was, it's ending. It ain't happening. You're back in this place of courage, of zest, of independence, of being focused. So congratulations to you on that. Congratulations on allowing yourself to grow and to be on the journey to healing. Healing, again, is not linear. Like I just said, you're going to process something differently than me. But I can put my art out, and I can put relatable things out in that art. Me singing about crying in a mansion and I don't own a mansion ain't helping me or you. I mean, I could own a mansion after that. But if I'm telling you just about my emotions and not all this material stuff, I'm being straightforward, speaking to you with everything stripped down. How does that make someone trying to be better than you? How does that make someone, hell, maybe I'm watering myself down already to not have you intimidated. But But how do you attack someone that is putting themselves out there, that has put themselves out there, that's remained an open book that you chose not to open or attempt to read? But it's usually not because you chose not to open or read it. Most of the people that don't come to people who are open books, or allow them around, it's because they are illiterate, emotionally illiterate, actually illiterate. And it's very sad because there are a lot of resources and tools um, in this day and age in 2024, that almost literally anything that anybody wants to know about anybody, any situation, they can look up on the internet, or there's someone around them, and like their grasp that they can pull aside and ask the appropriate questions to. So it's like, so instead of people healing and working on this stuff, they choose to be illiterate and choose to be miserable and choose to hate people that are working on themselves, that are working through the misery, that are working through the hate, that are breaking generational curses, that are allowing themselves to grow, that are transmuting all the negativity that are put forth through them, that are around energy vampires and family members and co-workers that continuously drain them for their creativity, for their stability, for their tactics, for their all of it, their personality, their individuality. It's like a lot of people feel like, well, I like this, so I'm just going to pretend to be. That's not what it is. When we say, what would Jesus do, what would Beyonce do, what would Dolly Parton do, we're putting ourselves in that person's shoes, not to embody them, but to think, what would you do in this situation? What would they do in that situation? Okay, that's what I think they would do in that situation. Now, what would I do in that situation? How do these two align? Now, let's go see what this person. Yeah, it's a lot of that, and a lot of these people, you guys just don't want to do that. You just want something handed to you on a silver platter. And because of this, because this lack of self discipline, this opposition or whatever they don't want to do, there's got the cheered in reverse. It's like, once again, they're in this stagnant stalemate position, watching you move forward in this place of aggression and arrogance. It's like people came after you, didn't respect your name or what you've already done, or what you're doing, and they tried to humble you. Turns out you can't humble somebody that is self-made and that has made themselves. You can only sit back and take notes. And you can't even take the notes because there are no notes to be given on anything that doesn't need to be fixed, because it wasn't broken to begin with. So, like I said, the chariot is in reverse. These people are being forced to sit in their lack of direction, their lack of control in situations, and forced to watch you elevate, watch you get the fruits of your labor, watch you get the lover, watch and sit in their arrogance, their aggression, their carelessness, because they looked at you and judged the book without reading it. They chose to be illiterate, so it's their issue, not yours. And they're got to sit here and watch you. And know what they're watching you? They're watching you get this Four of Wands, the celebration, the home, the marriage, the engagement, the domestic happiness, the reunions, the creativity, and the freedom. They're watching you get all of this. And they're going to be sitting there in sorrow. What's that? 2 cups here? 5 of cups here? They're sitting in sorrow. You see this here? You are these 2 cups that they have their back to. And they're over here crying over these cups that weren't no good for them. These are the cups, these kicked over cups are the cups that's got this person turned around and sad. And they're crying over these cups that weren't good for them, that were toxic to begin with. You over here, you're upright, like, hey, but what about, you know what? I'm not going to be a pick me. So you're not a pick me. You left them to be in their bereavement. You left them to be over here focused on these 3 cups that ain't got nothing to give them, that's empty, that's already kicked over. They're over here worried about that. Turns out that these cups over here that are empty and kicked over, they did it to themselves. They've tried kicking these over. They tilt right back up. They flip them over like this, and the cup flips itself right back up. Ain't nothing these people can do about you and your cup. They've tried everything in the book. They're out of things, and they can do nothing but sit there. They thought because they used to know you, now you're just somebody that I used to know. Yeah, that don't work over here. They're going to watch you. They are going to watch you. They are going to be in this nostalgic energy and missing you as you step right into this Ace of Cups and this new person comes in for you. What is it? Look at that. Just as that new person comes into you. And what is that? A King of Wands. Baby, he's not. I mean, King of Wands is usually sexual energy. So yeah, he is coming in. Or you could be this person in this energy. We just talked about that. But it's how you use it. King of Wands is still a natural leader, a visionary entrepreneur. They are somebody, that's big and put the work in. But this is, and I don't want to just say sexual energy, because the wands could be someone very attractive that could, attraction is sexual, someone that's very passionate, and not just trying to get you down and naked. But with this King of Wands here, this person sees the bigger picture. They've overcome challenges and they're going to help you overcome challenges. They are mature and they're career focused. They're not competing with you. They're not competing against you. They want to know how they can be a leader to help you. Their Queen of Wands, their divine counterpart, their Empress. They want to know how they can step up into this Emperor energy. Look, Hierophant behind this. They know it's divinely guided. They know it's divinely guided. And that's that rest card behind there, that sanctuary, that rest card, that Four of Swords here. Like, you guys could be on a vacation somewhere, a vacation, just because. Okay, Spirit, I know I've been rambling. Let me get one more card, one more card. Yeah, somebody went through a heartbreak. These people over here that are stagnant, they went through this heartbreak. They went through this heartbreak. They went through this divorce. They're in this heartbreak, this divorce, this grieving, this deep ruin, this heavy loss, the delays. They're upset. They're in the place of confusion here. Yep. Being forced to sit and watch you, being forced to sit their ass down in this place of meditation, contemplation, rethink things here. Page of Wands, regain inspiration. Maybe they need to gain inspiration from watching you go into this unified love. But baby, yeah, they see that you're the Empress. Ain't nothing they can do about that there. And you bring all this joy, positivity, and light with you. They tried to take your light, but this love is only amplifying it more, baby. You see these cups being exchanged? Baby, that's reciprocation. That's reciprocal. Those cups, they both got cups there, baby. It's like, what you got in your cup? Here, you know what? Have this cup. Give me your cup. Okay, now fill that up. Say, okay, now fill that one up. Swap again. Put some more in there. Oh, no, now it's overflowing. That's the kind of love we want. Communicative, intelligible, empathetic, willing to work on it, accountable. Someone that shows up into the present day and time and the moment. I don't want to love you if you're still hanging on and crying about something from 10 years ago. I don't want to hug you and hold on to you if you're crying about something from a week ago. I mean, I understand there's some things that grief, but like if we're in a relationship and we've talked about it and put the effort into work forward, or just if we have swept it on the rug to ignore it, then we're ignoring it. It's no need to harp on. But if we decided we're going to work through it, then we're going to sit and we're going to talk and we're going to work through those emotions and we're going to come to a resolve. So they're watching that. They're watching that. And they see that with your son, with you being the Empress here. Ain't nothing they can do. Ain't nothing. Nothing they can do. One more card, Spirit. Oh, I guess we're getting 3 more cards. And this is going to be the end of the read, because look, the Justice card came out. So they're going through all this bullshit. They're watching you get justice. This has told me 3 times in this reading. They are watching you get justice. This celebration, this joy, this happiness, I said it already. When I post this video, rewind it back a couple minutes and watch what I said about this 4 of Wands card. It's coming out behind the Justice card. So this justice for you and everything that you've been through from this community, this group of people, this family members, ex-friends, ex-whomever, this justice, this celebration, this joy, this engagement, this marriage, this home life, this domestic happiness, this reunion, this freedom, this creativity, this is yours. You have fought and you have gotten this back. You said, no, 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 motherfucker. This is my shit. And these people have to move on. They have to be in bereavement. They have to accept this. They don't have a choice. There's no, let's recount or revote. They have to accept this. They laughed and kikied and thought they were collecting and living off of you. And now that they see that they are the one that's getting the emotional pain, the grief, the loss, the depression, that they are the one that's cut off and not getting access to your energy again, our energy collective, they have to deal with the actions. It's like they tried to humble you, like they tried to set you and leave you trapped in a situation, be like, oh, they're gonna come to us and they're gonna beg and we're gonna get them. Nobody. You're gonna work in your trap. You're gonna work for with the things that you set up. You chose to exclude and ostracize and rumor mill and call places and create lies and make people out to be crazy and force signatures on people's on paperwork in regards to people. Like, why the fuck would I sign over my life to any of my family? Those fucking batshit ass people. Why? Like, why would I do that? Why would you do that? Especially if you're someone completely sane. Now, at this point, the only thing you have to deal with, if it's dealing with somebody that ain't got shit going on, is somebody that's miserable. They say misery loves company, but that doesn't have to be you, does it? They have to accept what they did. They have to accept that there's no rewards. They have to accept their losses in the situation and they have to process them. A lot of them are experiencing personal setbacks. A lot of them are not finding peace, but they have to find the peace and they have to work on their self forgiveness before they can expect you to want to wholeheartedly forgive you or accept your forgiveness. I'm rambling and I'm very sorry that it's taken so long, but I'm not sorry because this needs to get out. And they're going to be trapped in their mind and some negative thoughts, the projections, the situations they try to force you to be into or leave you trapped in is what they're going to be in, filled with anxiety, worry. They could even quite possibly be having to give you all the money back that they stole from you, everything they stole from you. And let's say it was a house. They're going to have to give you the market value of the house, interest. They've already been living there, more than likely rent. They're going to have to give you back pay for money that they stole from you with interest. They're going to have, like, it's coming in. This giving and receiving energy where there's these people having to give this to you, but they have to give you what you want. It's not what they want. It's not what they can afford. They have to give you what you want. They have to pay you your worth. And it's all because they stole and lied. If they would have just gave you what was yours, then they will be scot free. And they could be sitting up there with you, but they chose not to. They chose to look at you and be like, well, they won't miss it. They don't need it. I needed more. They watched you in need. They laughed at you, kicked you, made other people go away and not support you. Now they're stuck. They're watching you save money. Hell, they could be watching you save the money that they stole from you and they got to give to you. And they're going to still be sitting there with their hands out. Can I have $20? No. And I'm telling you to say no because if you pour into that and you haven't received everything, then you create this cycle where there's no progress made. After you've received everything you're owed, if you decide that you want to extend that $20 or whatever they need, that's on you and your behalf. But I would say no because it's somebody that felt like that they were getting away with things or going to do whatever they needed to do to win at all costs. They didn't give a fuck about you and what you're going through. And I'm not saying be heartless, but I'm saying you may need to be in that Queen of Swords, cold, clear, direct communication. I'm sure there's great ways that you can say it that aren't offensive, but if you can't think of any way else, fuck no is a perfect, simple sentence. No is a sentence. There's no explanation, no comma needed, no nothing. You don't need any follow up. You don't need anything else. No explanation. No. Can I have $20? No. You put a period, an exclamation mark, no, question mark. You can question the no, like why, but no, you don't have to implore to why they need the $20. You don't have to pour any of that. So, and if you're one of those people that doesn't like to make decisions, I'll think about it. Let me tell you something. The Spirit's going to make a decision for you. And in those instances, the Spirit is going to more than likely make a decision for you that you don't want that you don't want, and it's going to be the opposite of what you would have done. So if you would have said no and you were just like, I'm going to think about it, and you don't say no, then they're going to create a rift, or they're going to take something else and make you say yes to, and that's going to be your karma for not making a decision. There's no gray area when it comes to karma and dharma, people. It's balance. So no response, although no response is a response, whatever happens after that is warranted as is a reaction, is the give and take of that. Just like if you do some fuck shit and you get blocked, there's no need to text me, call me, beep me, page me, email me, unblock me. I'm trying to get in touch with you. There's no need to sit around with your friend group and fake that you're talking to and dealing with, and you can access, because baby, the way these iPhones, you can text all day. You can hold your breath and be blue. You can text, but guess what? It ain't coming through on my end. It ain't gonna come through on my end, and it's gonna be blocked, and it's gonna stay blocked. I gave a grace spirit for people to be accountable in my life and to apologize. Yep, there's a reconnect fee. You need to pay that reconnect fee. And guess what? You didn't want to, but you think that you're gonna still come into my life or utter my name. No, baby. You want me around, you're gonna pay that fee because you're not playing in my face, and I still will decide if I want to accept your apology, if I want that apology to allow you to reconnect with me. Because I may accept the apology, like I said the other day, and tell you to fuck off. I may look at you and have you around and have you at a distance, but that's not it. I love you all so much. Thank you for bearing with me today. Thank you for tuning in. Drink your water, mind your business, drink your water. Today was very verbose, very wordy, um, even a bit monotonous for some of you, and I'm happy that those of you that stuck around and continue to sit through and listen and take in the messages or the words that you needed to hear, you've done that. If this resonated with you, let it. Don't force it. If only a word, if only a song, if only a bit of what I said resonated, take that and let it guide you to whatever you need to be guided to next. Don't force shit over here. Don't force shit. Don't force nothing. Don't force relationships. Don't force kindness. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Continue to ground yourself. Continue to drink your water. Mind your business. Mind your businesses. Drink your water. Go outside. Put your toes in the sand, in the grass. Ask a tree if it's okay to hug it, and hug that tree. I don't care if it's 30 seconds, 90 seconds, 20 minutes. Thank that tree for grounding you, protecting you, giving you air to breathe. And then you need to open your journal and you need to sit there and you need to take a pencil and that piece of paper and start writing out things that you need to release, things that are built up in your body. If they're overwhelming positive emotions, get them down. If there's sad things that are pulling you into a toxic place or environment, or there's things that you just don't talk about, get them down, journal them down. Get a digital journal that's locked, a Economist Live journal now. You can share that publicly or you can keep it to yourself. Did you guys Zanga too? Something like that. Allow yourself to be great, to be fueled by your own greatness, by your own destiny, by your own opportunity for self-improvement. If it rains today, go outside and rain. Go outside in the rain and dance. But continue showing up for yourself. So round of applause for you showing up today, not for me, but for you. And pat on the back for you being accountable, not for me, but for you. I love you if no one else has told you, and I will see you tomorrow for Tarot Tuesday. And as always, smile, be kind, and feel your beat. Boo. Bye. Have the day you deserve. See you tomorrow.